Okay, here's interviews step 2. Research, research, research. You see that? Research to the third power. Okay, who are you researching? Why? Okay, you're going to research 3 things, 3 people, 3 things. You're going to research the school. 3 ways to Sunday. You're going to research, research, research. Okay. 2, you're going to research yourself. You're going to know yourself inside and out. I'll explain. And 3, you're going to research your interviewer. Okay. So let's start with researching the school. This should be like a no-brainer. You're like, duh, of course, Dr. C, of course they're going to research the school. Look under the hood. Go to Module 4 of Dream College Academy and see what I'm talking about. Look at their mission, their vision. Who's the current president of the school? Who's the current dean of the college or the department that you're going, in terms of where you're going to major? What particular courses do they offer in the major you want? What professors do they have that you're like, I'm going to take that? I have a student right now who wants to work for the United Nations, and she found a class. It's like the human rights class, and there's another class on refugees, and completely right up her alley that she's only found this college to have. So I'm like, you got to say that in the interview. So you want to research the college and really look under the hood. Find the things that you can pick up on that most students aren't going to do that kind of work. They're just not going to put in that kind of time. So really research. Use the internet. Use their website. But also, there's other ways that you look up things. If you know someone who goes there, you can ask them different questions. But I find the website is just good enough for you to find all these little things. Again, look at study abroad programs, where they're going, if they have certain programs that are for, even if you're going to minor in something, if you like to play an instrument but you don't want to major in it, check under the hood. Number 2, research yourself. Okay, so as campers, if you were an essay camper or part of Dream College Academy, you understand that we talk about the core 4 essays, right? So, who am I? What am I good at? What is something super cool about me? And what is my future connection? Okay, so let's just start with those 4. So, when you get a question from Elvis, from your interviewer, you have to hear it and go, oh, that's the who am I essay. Or, oh, that is something super cool about me. You have to sort of reframe it and go, this is my answer. So you have to really read all of your essays, know yourself inside and out, so that when you get that question of like, what do you like to do? What do you like to read? What's a perfect weekend, for you? That's when you go to my super cool. Oh, well, actually, my perfect weekend is, I like to paddleboard. I like to, craft. I like to read. That's something that, it doesn't have to do with your major. It's not the who am I. It's just something extra. I'm building a nuclear fuser in my basement. Whatever it is that you're doing, I'm building guitars. I'm building, electric bikes. Whatever it is that you do, that's something super cool. So take the question, reframe it. The generic ones, tell me a little bit about yourself, where are you from or whatever. Those are always the who am I questions, right? Why this major? What do you want to major in? Why? When and where? How did that start? What have you been doing towards that goal? Or whatever they ask, whatever question they ask, you go, oh, that's the future connection essay. So you go there, okay? Something that has been important. What's an activity or a co-curricular that has been important to you? What is, as you're leaving high school, what is something that is that you feel like you've made an impact in your community? That's the what am I good at question. So understand and read all of your essays and know yourself inside and out. Research, research, research. The only, of course, the other question that you need to be prepared to answer is, why this school? Which is why you did research number 1. Research, research, research on the college. So between the 4 questions or the essays, the core 4 that you have, plus knowing why you want to apply to that college, those 5 answers, your narrative should be what gets you through and carries the day through this interview. That should be the core of what you talk about, okay? Number 3, You're going to research the interviewer. Okay, this is like a little bit of a secret, but if you know the name of the person who the alumni is, or the alumni person who's going to interview you, or the admission person who's going to interview, Google them. Google them, look at their bio sheet, if they work for the institution. Ask one of your parents if you don't have a LinkedIn page, a LinkedIn account, ask them to put them in. Figure out where your interviewer went to college, what did they major in. You can often find different little things on LinkedIn, like sort of like what they like to do. If they're an admission officer at the school, they usually have a little like bio page that says like, what their favorite things are and what they love to do, and maybe their favorite books, whatever. Figure out if they went to school there, at the school that you're interviewing at, or where else they went, maybe where they're from. So LinkedIn is going to give you a lot of information. Why is it important to know your interviewer? I'm going to just say it this way. At the end of the day, these 15 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe at the most, that person is going to spend 2 to 3 minutes doing their write-up, maybe 5 minutes, doing their write-up of what they remember about you and if they think that you're a good fit. A lot of that has to do with how they felt about you by the time you leave. And I hate to put it this way, but like, did they like you? Was there a connection? Did they feel a connection? If they feel a connection or a likeness, they're going to think, well, I like them, and I like this school, and I think maybe it'll just be a good fit. So you want to find a way to connect with them, right? So if you find that they majored in something similar to what you want to major in, then you maybe bring that up or ask them questions about their major, or what, you might say, oh, what did you major in college? You already know the answer to that, but you're setting yourself up for success. Like, oh, you know what they're going to answer, and it's similar to something. There's Elvis. Elvis! Oh, Lord. To be continued.